I feel like that's it.
Yeah, that's it right there.
Okay, anyway. Hey, it's Desiree from the Beautiful Des channel. I'm coming at you with another video. I have my lovely counterpart over here. This is my friend Ivan. We've been friends for years, known him since like elementary school, and 5th grade. And so today we're gonna be doing a horoscope video for you guys. I'm gonna add a pause right here. Today we will be covering the first sign of the zodiac, which is the Aries. We didn't put a disclaimer. Before we even get started. Okay, so before we even get started with the video, we want to both say that we are not experts in zodiac signs. We just really love zodiac signs. Like, I don't know, we love zodiac signs, so we thought that would be fun to make a video talking about each sign.
And also, I would just like to say that if you're watching this and you're thinking, this doesn't apply to me, like I'm an Aries, you know, this doesn't make sense. You have other influences in your chart. Like, you don't just have one sign. A lot of people think they just have one sign, but this is just the sun sign. You know, you got the
moon sign. You was born in a time that had a lot of stuff going on, and depending on how close you are to the next sign, that could also influence your behaviors. And some of these traits you might not even grown into yet. You know, we grow up and we change as we get older. So you never know. If you're like, that don't even sound like me. Skirt, we ain't talking to you then. We ain't talking to you then. So, okay, so anyways, let's get right into the video with Aries.
So yeah, Aries is the first sign of the entire zodiac. So they just get everything started off. They're ruled by the planet Mars. Yes, and so Aries in Greek mythology is the god of war. So Aries.
So what that say?
Okay, so shoot, that just tells you off top. I don't know if you know an Aries in your life. They're not afraid of like any confrontation. They're not about to back down. You know, they're all about conflict. You know, well, not all about conflict, but they ain't afraid of conflict. You know.
Yeah, their sign is the ram. So if you know anything about rams, you know that they're very, very aggressive at times and very, very combative.
Yeah, so their opposite sign is Libra, which is very interesting because, you know, Aries is the god of war, but Libra, they're typically known for like peace and harmony and stuff like that. Aries, they're really, y'all are not gonna like this. They're kind of self-centered, and like each sign has like their own like saying or motto, and Aries is I am. So they're really all about like their sense of self. They like to feel like they're allowed to be themselves in every space.
And like that's not a bad thing, you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
like to be self-confident in yourself, that's not a bad thing, but that's just a trait of this zodiac sign.
When I think of Aries, I think of passion, you know?
Like, yeah, like what does it mean to be a fire sign?
Like a fire sign, it's kind of like, you know how fire just consumes everything that comes in its path, you know? Fire signs often get like consumed with things and people. Like, you know, it's easy for them to get like carried away in tasks, like in love. When they love hard. When they find like their purpose, they just get consumed by it, you know. Fire signs are very intense signs. And Aries, when I tell you they're intense for real.
They're very independent. They like doing things for themselves. Sometimes they can be impulsive, but they're very bold and straightforward in speech. They're competitive naturally, some more than others, and they usually like to have the last word in arguments, and they easily become bored with routine. Some other traits of this sign is that to an Aries, like time, the concept of time is supposedly supposed to be everything. Like they're always racing against the clock when it comes to their like everyday life. Like never make an Aries wait. Like, you know, never leave in the dark, because that's a sure way to get them heated up and angry. They don't like it when they don't know like things that are happening.
Like they're very action oriented. So like Des just said, like they just don't like to just sit and wait, you know. They prefer to learn from action, you know, whereas other signs, mainly like earth signs, they want to, you know, take their time and they want to, you know, make a plan before they act. No, they prefer to like act and then think about it afterwards.
They definitely stand out in a crowd. They know how to make a statement. They go after fun like it's a mission. They get over things very quickly, and the way they look kind of matters to them, and they'll put their best effort to look nice, you know, to look their best. You know,
You're so fried.
So another trait of the Aries is that they're actually natural born leaders. I mean, they lead the zodiac sign, so they like to lead. You know, that's why a lot of famous Aries have been leaders.
Yeah, aka Hitler. I don't know if that's something I want to hear.
Sorry for all the Aries out there, but yeah, Hitler was an Aries.
Y'all just took an L, sorry. But yeah, Aries just have like this instinct to lead. Like you'll see a lot of Aries preachers and pastors, like they just know how to like get a crowd,
energize a crowd.
You know, they just natural leaders. So just like Aries, they prefer to like learn from experience, like I said, and they're just not afraid to try anything, which this is like a good trait to have, because you know, like most people, they're like, okay, I'm afraid to take risks and stuff like that. Aries, they just like, they prefer to go to things like head first, you know. They're not really concerned about, you know, the implications. They just want to try it, and if it doesn't work out, okay, that's a life lesson, you know.
So as you have heard, there are various good traits that the Aries have. They're very, you know what I'm saying, they're a strong sign. Like we said, they're a fire sign. I mean, I'm a fire sign, so you know, I can definitely
speak in tongues. Okay.
So now we're gonna go into some of the bad traits of Aries, because you know, people talk about all this good. We gave y'all moment. Y'all had y'all shine. Now let's talk about why people don't like Aries.
Okay, first off, when I think about Aries, y'all are some angry people. Like, y'all have anger problems, like very hot-headed people. Even though like you guys aren't afraid of conflict or anything like that, you know, you just go to things head on. You guys get offended very easily, and like you guys always respond with your first thought or like your first emotion. That's just how you're gonna respond. So yeah, that's a potential downside about y'all. Aries, y'all just tend to be so impatient. Y'all just don't trust the process. You just want to get straight to the end goal. You know, you just hate waiting. So that's another thing. Y'all are very impatient.
Another thing is sometimes Aries don't have a filter. They kind of just, like he touched on before, they kind of just say the first thing that comes to their mind sometimes. And they also need to work on compromise and being a little bit more submissive. You know, they're often putting up a fight instead of just saying, okay, it's whatever, you know. They, like I said before, they like to have the last word.
Also, Aries, when y'all are in a relationship, y'all get so jealous. Like, I don't know what it is. Y'all don't want nobody to look
That's just your relationship.
No, that's the thing, for real. Y'all don't want nobody to look at your boo thing the wrong way. Y'all don't want them, like, to talk at your boo thing. Y'all just get so jealous.
Sometimes Aries have been known to be bossy. I mean, when you're the boss, you kind of have to be bossy, I guess. But like, they're known to be bossy sometimes and a little tough to deal with. Another thing about Aries is like their version of being funny and humorous is like a quick, snappy response to put you back in your place real quick. Like, that's what they think is funny. Like, that's their humor, like, you know, sometimes. Now we're gonna go on to like our next category, which is like love and compatibility for an Aries.
So the first sign that I think of when I think about who an Aries should be with is Leo, because Leos are very like determined people. Like if they say they're gonna do something, they do it, you know. They're just like very consistent, you know. You can trust a Leo, you know. And this is helpful for an Aries because they have a billion ideas. They always want to get something started, but they never want to get something finished. So like so get y'all Leo.
Some of the things that, you know, Aries kind of looks for when they fall in love is they usually fall for like the self-confident, risk-taking person. That's something that they can relate to. That's the kind of person that they usually fall for. Some other signs that they are compatible with would be a Sagittarius and a Gemini. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but who ain't compatible with us? Because we also popping, okay?
Are there other signs?
Okay, so the signs that an Aries is compatible with is a Leo, a Sagittarius, and a Gemini. 2 out of those 3 signs are fire signs, so they can kind of match your enthusiasm and your, you know, spontaneity.
You out here making up words.
So now that we're done with the compatibility section, we're gonna move on to, what did we decide on calling this section?
Aries in real life.
In real life. So this is like, you ever see those posts and they be like, this is the good looking squad, or this. An Aries at home alone will be searching the refrigerator for food, then complaining that there is none.
If Aries were to like magically get $10,000, y'all would go on a shopping spree. New car, new clothes, new everything. Y'all just love new stuff, for real. So these are like thoughts that an Aries would have like every day. So like, and Aries is constantly thinking, I'm better than all of you assholes.
If Aries was a phobia, they would be asthenophobia, which is the fear of weakness. If Aries was weather, they'd be a light drizzle.
These are so like, they're not gonna know what to do with this. So if Aries was a contradiction, it would be bold but soft. Because y'all try to act bold, always trying to, you know, be bold and whatnot. But the minute somebody insults you or say something, y'all just...
You look like a turtle. Okay, so next we're gonna talk about some of the famous Aries that, you know, you and I would know today. The first one, as we already said, is Hitler. Sorry about that. Another famous Aries,
Maya Angelou.
and I love me some Maya. I love me some Maya Angelou. Phenomenal woman. Look, if you don't know, go look it up right now.
Okay.
Another famous Aries is Kourtney Kardashian. Oh my God, Kourtney Kardashian. It's Kourtney Kardashian. Another famous Aries is Catch Me Outside then. How about that? How about that? Catch Me Outside then. So Danielle, is her name Daniela or Danielle? I don't know. Danielle, the Catch Me Outside then girl. She's an Aries.
Y'all got Chance the Rapper. Y'all got Mariah Carey.
Oh, y'all got Quavo. Quavo from the Migos. Oh, he said Aretha Franklin. Kim, you got Aretha Franklin and Mariah Carey, aka the Shady Bunch.
Okay, the Shady Bunch.
So, the Shady Bunch.
Because y'all are shady.